Good morning, family. I am Lay Pastor Karla, and I am here to introduce to you Nguzo Saba, the 7 Principles of Kwanzaa. Please enjoy this short video.
Dr. Maulana Karenga, American professor of Pan-African Studies at the California State University at Long Beach, established Kwanzaa in 1966 during the aftermath of the Wazirat and the Black Freedom Movement. Kwanzaa is a non-religious, non-political African-American holiday that celebrates family, community, and culture, and commemorates the African heritage of Black Americans whose ethnic history was stripped away by the slave trade. The holiday also gave African Americans an alternative to the Christmas holiday and an opportunity to celebrate themselves and their history rather than imitate the dominant society's practice. Professor Karenga believed that Christianity was a white religion that Black people should shun. But as Kwanzaa gained mainstream acceptance, Professor Karenga changed his position so that practicing Christians would not be alienated. As stated in the 1997 book, Kwanzaa, A Celebration of Family, Community, and Culture, Dr. Karenga said Kwanzaa was not created to give people an alternative to their own religion or religious holidays, but to reaffirm and restore our rootedness in African culture. So Kwanzaa is a cultural rather than a religious holiday and can be celebrated regardless of a person's faith tradition. Many African Americans who celebrate Kwanzaa do so in addition to observing Christmas. Kwanzaa's creation also underscores the essential premise that you must have a cultural revolution before the violent revolution. The Cultural Revolution gives identity, purpose, and direction. The name Kwanzaa derives from the Swahili phrase Matunda ya Kwanza, meaning first fruits. First fruit festivals existed in southern Africa and celebrated in December and January with the southern solstice. The celebration dates back to ancient Egypt and Nubia. Professor Karenga chose Swahili as the language of the festivities because it is a Pan-African language, not necessarily defined by a particular region or tribe. Also, Professor Karenga was particularly inspired by an account he read of the Zulu festival Unkosi Wosalawa. He decided to spell the holiday's name with an additional A to have a symbolic 7-letter. Now that we have a brief history lesson on Kwanzaa, let us talk about the 6 exciting facts you might didn't know about the holiday. Number 1, Kwanzaa centers around 7 principles. The 7 days of Kwanzaa are a time of celebration, meditation, and recommitment. The focus is on the Nguzo Saba, or 7 principles. On each of the 7 nights, the family gathers near a table containing 7 Kwanzaa symbols. A child lights one of the candles on a kinara or candelabra. On the first day, the black candle in the center is lit, followed by alternating the red candle on the left and the green candle on the right. After lighting the candle, the family discusses one of the Nguzo Saba's principles. Individuals are encouraged to reflect on the principles throughout the holiday and to embrace them in their own lives. An African feast called the Karamu is traditionally held on December the 31st. The Nguzo Saba are central to the celebration of Kwanzaa and to the African-centered values that embrace the importance of celebrating one's own culture through meaningful, constant remembrance and connection to the ancestors. The Nguzo Saba emerged from Kawada philosophy, which evaluates the best of African thought and practice. Now that we have a better understanding of the Nguzo Saba, or the 7 principles, let's discuss each principle that represent a different day of Kwanzaa. The first principle will be Umoja, or unity. Umoja stresses the importance of togetherness for the family and the community, which is reflected in the African proverb, I am because we are. We believe that everyone in our community is responsible for one another and that by working together, we will achieve great things. The second principle is Kujichagulia, or self-determination. That one may define themselves for themselves. It isn't just about you or me, it's about us, our community, and how we celebrate our culture and independently use our resources to self-determine our future. The third principle would be Ojima, or collective work and responsibility. This means that one's successes are shared throughout the community and vice versa. We are collectively responsible for our achievements as well as our setbacks. We must build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and solve them together. Yes, to whom much is given, much is expected. The fourth principle would be Ojima'a, or cooperative economics. What this means is that sharing what one has with others to benefit everyone. It teaches us to support one another and to build businesses that benefit the whole community and help it thrive. The fifth principle would be Ni'a, or purpose. This is self-reflection and action and meaning. It's not enough just to have money. Yes, you can pay the bills, buy food and other things you want, but your life will have much more meaning if your money is used for a purpose. And the sixth principle will be Kuumba, or creativity. Expressed in art, work, thoughts, and acts, creativity means to perform acts that leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited. And the seventh and last principle is Imani, or faith. To believe with all our heart in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle. The second interesting fact about Kwanzaa are its symbols. Kwanzaa has several key symbols that are used as artifacts to teach, remind, and inspire those in the application of Kwanzaa principles. The basic symbols used to celebrate Kwanzaa are: number one, vibunzi, or ear of corn. The vibunzi, or ear of corn, symbolizes fertility and nurturing during Kwanzaa. Thus, one ear is placed on an mkeka for each child in the family. If there are no children in the home, 2 ears are still set on the mkeka because each person is responsible for the children of the community. Africans are reminded that child rearing is communal or tribal affair that involves virtues of discipline, respect for others, compassion, and charity. The second symbol would be Mazio, and they are the crops that represent African harvests and acknowledgement of productive labor. And the third symbol, as mentioned earlier, is Mkeka, and that is the Kwanzaa mat, which represent a foundation of our tradition and history. And the fourth symbol will be Kinara. Kinara is the candle holder that represents continental Africans as our roots. And the fifth symbol will be Muhindi. Muhindi is the corn that represents our children and our future. And the sixth symbol is Mishuma Asaba, is the group of 7 candles that represent the Kwanzaa 7 principles, Nguzo Saba. And the seventh symbol is Kikambecha Omaja, is the unity cup, which represents the principle of unity as the basis of all Kwanzaa principles. And the eighth symbol is Zawadi, are gifts that represent the commitments made and kept. And the ninth symbol would be Bandera, also known as the Afro-American flag, Black Liberation flag, the UNIA flag, is the flag which is a supplemental symbol and color that represents black is the people, red is the struggle, and green is the future and hope. And the 10th and final symbol is a poster of the 7 principles of Nguzo Saba. This will be printed and displayed. The third interesting fact about Kwanzaa are its gifts. They're homemade and educational. In order to avoid the over-commercialization of Kwanzaa, gifts or zawadi handed out to family members on the 7th day of Kwanzaa are often homemade. These gifts are meant to represent encouragement, self-determination, success, and growth for the person receiving them. Some participants buy books, music, art, accessories, or other culturally themed products, preferably from a Black-owned business. The fourth interesting fact about Kwanzaa are its colors. The colors black, red, and green are a reflection of the Pan-African movement, representing unity for people of African descent worldwide. Black represents the people, and red is for the noble blood that unites all people of African ancestry, as well as the bloodshed during slavery and the civil rights movement. And green is for the rich land of Africa. And now the fifth interesting fact about Kwanzaa are its United States Postal Service stamps. The first U.S. postage stamp to commemorate Kwanzaa was issued on October the 22nd, 1997 by self-taught artist Cynthia St. James. Her designs were revalued 3 times to 33 cents, 34 cents, and 37 cents in 1999, 2001, and 2002. A total of 133 million Kwanzaa stamps were produced in 1997. Artist Daniel Minter introduced a new self-adhesive 37-cent Kwanzaa stamp on October 16, 2004. In October of 2020, a new Kwanzaa stamp designed by art director Antonia Karla and Andrea Pippins was part of the Postal Service Forever stamp compilations. And a sixth and final fact about Kwanzaa: a few U.S. presidents have wished the nation a happy Kwanzaa. When President Barack Obama and his wife Michelle occupied the White House, towards the end of December, they would issue a statement to all those celebrating Kwanzaa. We know that there are still too many Americans going through enormous challenges and trying to make ends meet. But we also know that in the spirit of unity, or umoja, we can overcome those challenges together.
Every year, Kwanzaa comes around. This upcoming year, 2026, I am challenging us to really look at and embody these principles. Instead of practicing these principles between the 26th through January 1st, make a choice to embody them throughout the year. Umoja, unity, get involved in a cause, build relationships and community, reach out to family, mend old wounds, talk with the elders, plan and host an event. Kuja Chagalia, self-determination. Who are you? Why are you here? What is your purpose? Are you living it? It's not too late to walk in your purpose. Ujima, collective work and responsibility. We can't build what's not healed. If the children or the elders aren't well in community, then we all aren't well. Ujama, cooperative economics. Are you supporting businesses in our community? Black-owned, women-owned, minority-owned? Are you circulating wealth where you live in our community? Nia, make it our job to build, develop our community. Kurumba, creativity. Clean up your house, your space, your neighborhood, your yard. Organize a block cleanup or just get rid of dead old things. Imani, faith. If your leaders, people, parents, teachers aren't doing their job, they aren't leading, then you find the place that you need to become the leader. Thank you. Enjoy the Kwanzaa season. Ashe.